Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'll show you where we're going to go.
Okay.
We're going to meet right over here by where the control.
There she is. Come here. Come here. We're going to go on a special tour.
So where are you guys from? Florida. Florida? What area? Okay. And you?
Ohio. Right outside of Columbus.
Yeah, you said that. My name's Greg. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to step back in history a little bit. So we're going to go back to the beginning of Alcatraz, the fortress time period, and then sort of how it was used in the follow-up. In this area, as a representative of the federal government, I have to say, we're going to be going into an area that has lead paint, uneven floors.
Dust, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, all that stuff. And we're all going to wear hard hats. Where's the? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this was a cell block that was not retrofitted by the Bureau of Prisons, as you can see.
Still looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than
The dark cells in here are up on the third tier. So you can back up and see. But let me give you a little bit of background on how this went. What's your timing like first?
As long as I get onto the boat at 4:25, I'm good.
Okay, all right. So let's go over here and I'll show you. So the fortress, when you got here this morning, was I the one talking? Or somebody else? Okay, so the first thing that happened on the island was there was a fort that was built beside the lighthouse. So when you come into the fort, you see cannon ports at the lowest level of that building that was right in front of you. The highest point on the island was a citadel, this building here, and it had two bastions on each end, and it was surrounded by a dry moat with a drawbridge and an entrance on each end of the building. These entrances were reused on that entrance and the one outside the warden's office. Okay, if you go out there and look, you'll see the pulleys outside, and you'll see where the drawbridge would have been able to fit in there. The drawbridge is gone, but so what we're going to do, when this prison was built, this building was cut off, basically, we'll call it ground level, and then the prison was built over the top of it, perpendicular to that building. Right, okay. So what we're going to be doing is going down under into the dry moat of this building, okay? And so I need to just call and look at
You're lucky to have it.
pictures there. We can look at them when we come back.
Oh, these have got to be the before fixtures.
When we're done, I want to go back where we were. It's right in the middle of the fire of the escape.
Which one?
The four guys that shot the cops.
If you go into D block, you'll see the bullet holes in the wall where the feds put in. Most people are looking at the cells. The bullet holes are still in the wall, but they're sealed up on the wall. But most people aren't looking at the bullet holes; they're looking at the cells, which is fine.
Coming.
Wow.
pull the door shut.
Greg, you are the man. I don't believe I'm doing this. Oh, I'm gonna get slapped in the hand for not bringing my flashlight with me.
Okay, so in here, there are a lot of low ceilings and we have to put on hard hats. So you can, if you would like to sanitize it, we have some sanitizer wipes.
Oh, you go ahead and do that. Yep.
There you go.
Thanks,
There
sir.
you go. There I go. And I need to be guess I have a bigger head than that. There you go. Okay. So, we were just looking at that model. So where we are here is, this is the dry mode. Where we're standing in right now. Correct. And you'll see the brickwork is totally fantastic. So you see this is our brickwork. These walls are like 15 feet thick. So this herringbone brick is just absolutely gorgeous. So some of the places we're going to go down here, there's loose bricks and stuff, so just watch out where you're going.
So, Greg, we're under Alcatraz right now?
This is the prison.
Oh my God, we're underneath. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So this is A block right here.
Oh my God.
All right. So we're going to be under a lot more than this. All right. So we were talking about the bastions. Right. Those little boxes that were on the opposite corners. Right. So from those bastions, there were rifle slits that allowed from this bastion a person to shoot and cover two directions of the dry moat. Okay, so this guy could shoot here and here, and then on the side over here, there's two more and then on the back side, they could shoot down that way. We'll see this as we go around. So what would happen is if the invaders got this far, there was a wooden staircase here. You can see kind of the remnants of the way it went up here. Okay, so if they got up this far and they were an invading force, they'd raise the drawbridges and tear down this wooden staircase so that they would have to jump across the dry moat or fall into it.
And maybe isolate.
Whatever. And then, then they would kill them. So, so now we're just going to kind of switch around. You can ask questions, whatever. But what we have here, this is part of the bastion. So you can see this rifle slit, and there was another one there. It would shoot down this way. Okay, this is the outside. This is the outside wall of the original citadel.
So this all is open field here, or open
No,
space?
this is all inside the building.
So shoot that one.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Beyond that wall and above, that was open.
Okay.
So up here was all open, okay? And then these openings here were all storage rooms that, this is probably a better way to see it. But you can see the way the bricks are right here. There was a door here and there was a window in here.
Okay.
At the time originally. So this could be closed off and used as a storage area. So what happened during the military time and after, during some Alcatraz time, and then again during the Indian occupation, these were used sometimes. During
Did
the
they live
Indian
in here?
occupation.
Did the Indians come and live down in here?
They did because, I don't know, it's hard to know exactly what was going on because they weren't, there was no organized thing except in their own group. So this here, Sean and whatever that says, James, those are left over from the time of the Indian occupation of this cell. You'll see some more down here. So when the prisoners were in here, if you look in here, you'll see that people signed things. So this guy here signed it in 1903.
We have the same thing at the reformatory. We have guys that did time in the attic.
There's some better ones.
From 1932 all the way up to
Next
1980.
door. Well, these don't go that far, but,
Oh, wow.
so here's some more here, 1920s.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
Wow. You showing the light on there again?
yeah,
Wow.
okay.
Come all the way to California to see somebody's handwriting on the wall from Ohio.
Yeah, from 100 years ago. Okay, so in this one here, you'll see, here's a guy from 1906. These are carved in here. This guy here's from Australia. Then there's another one here. Here's 1889, September 29th, 1889. You can just see 1887, Albert Herring. So these people, there's no toilet facilities in here. So during any time anybody was here, they would just use a bucket and then they would toss it out. This again was from the Indian occupation, remnants of the Indian occupation. They smoked that. And in here, I think is the place, if I'm not mistaken, where the guy wrote. So here are some prisoner numbers here on the side. These long numbers are from the military. They're military prison numbers. Alcatraz, as a federal penitentiary, only issued 1,576 numbers totally in the whole time. So then you see this, freely. So what they've just completed a project to replace the I-beams that were holding up the prison. This took a couple of years, and to redo all of this here. And so remind me to show you a piece of the I-beam that was still used here that was holding up the prison, and you wonder how it ever stayed up.
Oh, wow.
So then they installed this so that the guards would have a place to go. So, literally. So then, after it wasn't a fort anymore, there was really no need for rifle slits, right? So they covered some of them up. And then some of them, they opened up more and then turned it into windows. So we're going to walk down the central hallway here.
So when they use this as a prison, did they use that here for storage?
They didn't really use it for anything. Yeah. As far as I know.
Pretty amazing engineering feat to replace I
It was really something else.
That was about 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was completed about, I don't know, took like twice as long as it should have, because then they had to make sure that it was accessible, ADA accessible, that there were exit signs, that there were lights everywhere, that there were 2 ways out. Because I was down here way before any of that. So,
How long have you been a volunteer?
8.5 years. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'll say.
So in here, one of these, and I wish I could remember which one it is, but one of these was a cell, and I think this might be it. But this is, again, the bastion, and then the military converted this into a cell.
So what's the,
So we're at the other bastion now. The one was over there,
Right.
and this is the other side.
so, not to change topics, but the History Channel episode that came out about the Anglins not too long ago, did you see that on
I
television?
did not see it, but I know that the marshals still considered it an open case.
Well, they found a picture of them, and or the Anglin family had a picture that was given to them by a family friend. And it's a picture of them in Brazil, and it looks a lot like them.
Yeah.
And it was taken in
Do
1975.
you really think that they could keep their mouth shut?
I don't know. They'd be able to keep
The
their
guy at
mouth shut this
Watergate
long.
couldn't do it. How do you think these low-life, I mean, to me, low-life prisoners could do it?
I have no idea.
So, remember we were sitting there where in D block, we were in the,
Yeah.
okay, so we were like right there,
Okay.
and we were looking at those,
Cell ports?
yeah, those doors.
Yeah, no, we're not.
So these are those doors that were on the floor. So this is, I was telling you, this is another way down.
Oh, jeez. So they do have a metal roof. Or metal floor, jeez. So
Well-
this goes right up to D block then?
Yes. And, I mean, I've been here a long time, and it was in August, I think, when somebody says, does anybody know why the doors in D block are open? Some visitor opened those doors and came down here and were wandering around down here. It's like- So we came and closed those doors.
And they were locked down here, weren't
They
they?
are so heavy. It's like, I don't know. They are
Can I
built-
start banging on the, can I start banging on that to scare the crap
Well,
out
what
of
we've
people?
done is knock on and say, help, get me out of here.
I was gonna say, original.
I assume, they haven't replaced it. So again, this is the bastion on the opposite side of where we were.
There's a lot of gun turrets.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Here. So we'll just walk down here to the end. So you see additional areas here, storage areas, and then some of the brick that they took out as they were working on this. Some of the brick that was used for building the prison was from after the earthquake in San Francisco in 1906. You know, they had a lot of stuff laying around. Some of those were reused here. So this is the latrine, and if you look down here, you can see where, you can see down in there where it goes down
Mm-hmm.
off. And one of the rangers has been down that,
They lowered it in.
Hopefully they,
it's a her.
oh jeez.
Yeah.
She's brave, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
Archaeologist.
if you knew her, she's like, nothing stops her. You know.
Where does this go? Is it just a,
This
I
is
think
the
it just
train.
goes out to the bay eventually.
That's a good escape place.
Yeah. So this was that, again, this is the other side,
this
this
is
is the
the
dry moat.
Mhm.
So you can see all the rifle slits where they
Mhm.
would have been.
Yep.
And then you see the other bastion where we were originally to start.
Do you think any prisoners were brought down here for punishment?
Do they what?
Bring prisoners down here for punishment?
Happened at my facility.
They did, yes, they did. So we're gonna go down this central hallway. And this building, when it was the Citadel, all the cooking and all that were done by people down here in the basement. And then the building was divided between enlisted people and officers. So the enlisted people, of course, there's a lot more of them than there are officers, so you'd expect that they would have a larger area, but oh no, because the officers need to be taken care of. So you see see where that dark line is right there?
Mm-hmm.
That was a wall, actually. So this stairway went up. This is the enlisted people side, and the other side of that wall was the officer side.
Were the people shorter then, that the thing is so low?
Well, this thing here didn't exist until after the prison was built. This is part of the pipe chase up in the prison. So, each of the, where you were looking where the Englands and Frank Forrest went out the back of their cells and up the utility corridor.
Mm-hmm.
This is the utility corridor under that. So,
I haven't got that far in the toilet.
You'll see it. It's pretty impressive.
okay. So, in some of these rooms, you'll see, that's not one. You'll see where they have fireplaces and ovens. And I think this is one here, is it? Is there one over there? Well, whatever, you'll see one. Right here is one, right there. So then they were all bricked in.
They're pretty warm down here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice down here. I think that's why the Indians were down here. So you can kind of see, this was the central hallway of the, we always like to say that was the kids' latrine. But I don't think that's what it really was. I'm sure it was not.
So are your really big keys that are hanging on you, is that because they're the old doors that look all like this?
This actually is a modern key. This is used in prisons today. This one. Well, both of them are, depending on what prison you're in, but these are common.
Got any extra ones I can have take back to Ohio with me? Because the keys that we have that were probably stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because the building was open for a couple of years after it,
That is
after
very
it closed.
So this is the key that,
That's it.
Southern Steel, and
Very cool.
this is the one that went after they fixed up the cell doors so they all worked, and some of the locks could not be fixed, but this is the original key.
Oh,
Wow. That's very cool looking. You work in a prison in Ohio?
I don't work in a prison. I volunteer at a former prison turned museum now. It's the prison where the Shawshank Redemption was filmed.
Oh,
So yeah,
it's up in New Hampshire.
You can see.
no, it's in Ohio.
You
Everybody,
know, the arched ceilings here. I just took a tour of Fort Zachary Taylor in Key West.
It's US, yes.
And
Same.
so this prison, this fort and Fort Zachary Taylor and a number of other forts, but the only ones west of the Mississippi is called System 3 Fort. Fort Zachary Taylor is one, Alcatraz is one, Fort Point is one, but they're all built in a similar style, and it's all part of the coastal defense from that time.
Same architect? Or just
I wouldn't be
same?
surprised, but it's the same model. So here you see some of the
Had nice name, right?
yeah. And then if we come over here,
It had to be dark in here though, when the Indians lived here, there's no electric. And they didn't have lights.
well, this is not, I don't think this is not, that's not Indian handwriting. This is a lot older than that, I think.
No, this is
You know,
like
that's,
The style?
1800s.
yeah. I don't think this, maybe this might be, some of this might be Vivian. Who knows, Dennis or whatever, Kevin. But these vaulted ceilings are really strong, and then you see what they did when they were building the prison, they just chopped into it, so, basically cut the strength out of it.
I was gonna say, they just took the hard work out of it.
Yeah, so, anyhow, so here's another one of the fireplace ovens.
These beams are new.
Yeah.
These that are marked. those are the
Yes,
beams.
these are all new, yes. And that one is 2013.
Where's the beam that you said that was taken
I'll show you
out?
that right now. See, if you can go through there. If not, you can walk around. Hopefully is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Touch your head. And then, this is what it looked like.
Oh, for dear God. That's how thick it was?
These were all up here. And you heard of, things cracking up. Literally, the rust, is an expansion thing. So it expanded. And that's why this
Holy
was
cow.
cracking, lifting. It was actually lifting
The building.
it was really bad. Yeah.
How the building didn't fall down.
That was an item. So
That was actually
was
up here.
this.
Yeah.
So they replaced that beam with this solid where this is.
Because it was all
It
crumbled.
was all crumbled.
Yeah.
But there were a series of these going across, is that, yeah?
Yeah, I never really saw because I was only down here a few times. But the one that was right here was like, oh my God, how does this thing even stay up?
How does that support it? Everything? Or that, something like that?
Yeah, but it's a pretty. So the other thing is you
Looks like
see
about an
what
eighth of an inch thick.
what they use for like ballast in the concrete, just like parts of the brick and just whatever they had.
To mix it in there and try.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you
When
kinda-
was this beam? 2013?
Yeah. So this is. They're spending millions of dollars on this place, even though you can't tell that this was a ton of money. Another project that you see today that's going on is another series of stabilizing the cliff from below the warden's house. They did the one already,
Where it's
They're right
falling,
below. and it was kind of falling away, and they were afraid that the warden's house was going to fall down if they didn't do something. So they stabilized that a couple of years ago, and now they're stabilizing the next part over, it looks like.
How come they didn't rebuild the warden's house? They left it like at the
Couple of
fire?
ways, I think probably the main reason is money. Yeah, yeah. So, but I love this floor in here. So that's the Citadel. Or the dungeons of Alcatraz, some would say.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah. Sure.
So when they, when the law prison was out, you think they did function?
Oh, yeah, they did.